like the idea of power tools. I'm just kind of scared of most of them. So I wanted to come up with a fun project that anyone can do using just household things like scissors. But I don't want it to be a craft. I wanted something that looks good, is impressive, maybe even looks high-end. I'm on it, and I'm gonna make something with my bare hands. I bought this candle set at Indigo, and for any of you non-Canadians, I am sorry. We might not have Target or Hobby Lobby, but Indigo is awesome. It has an amazing selection of home goods and gifts, and their candles are always so good. I'm giving these candles as a Christmas gift, and my no power tools, bare hands project is going to be a herringbone pattern tray to go along with the candles. The first step is a shopping trip to pick up jumbo popsicle sticks. I got these at the Dollar Tree, but I know that Walmart and Amazon carry them as well. Then you need a little stop at Michael's to pick up this 18-inch long wood sign. Oh, and grab some wood glue if you don't have any already. Now that I have my sticks and my sign, I can really get started. On the back here, there's just little different hangers that I really don't need because this is going to be a tray now. So first thing, let's remove those. That wasn't too hard at all. A flat screwdriver would have also worked. But now we can really get started with the fun part, the design. I could have gone with, well, any shape, but I just thought the herringbone one, it's a little complicated. Like, you know, it's not just straight lines, which you can do. You can just cut straight lines. That looks cute too. But a herringbone is a little bit complicated, but I'm not going like funky and wild, just doing a straight one direction herringbone. So it's a little bit advanced, but not too crazy. First thing, you need to sort these by size because surprise, surprise, they're not all the same width. I know, who would have thought? Dollar Tree not being totally exact. See, these ones are fine. They are really the same size. So that's not really gonna work out when trying to do a herringbone. This was my test. And that's when I realized that no, they aren't the same size. So I'm just gonna go through quickly and just check to see if they really are the same size. These ones are awesome, that's good. I'm also rejecting ones that are just a bit crooked or wonky. Those I can use maybe if I just need a little bit of it. So this one is wonky. Now these two have really different coloring. One is pretty plain and the other one has like a darker line through it. And I think that's gonna look really good. So I'm keeping those in. If you wanted it to be more of a seamless look, this one would go in the toss-out pile. Now you need your tools, which are scissors, a pencil, and a triangle shape called a square. That's right, it's a triangle called a square. That's the English language. So what I need to do now is make 45-degree angles on all the sticks so I can make my herringbone shape. Just like that. And this is where the square comes in. I'm going to be using the short side of the square. I'm going to line it up on one of my sticks and draw my 45 degrees. Now that part's pretty easy, and cutting them is pretty much just as easy. You use scissors. Like this wood will cut with scissors. My scissors are not the sharpest. I probably should go get another pair, but they still work. See? Now that we know how to do this, we get to do it to all the rest of the sticks. So you can either keep measuring with your square, which is a triangle, or you can just use one of your pre-cut sticks and just measure off that. Really, because we're just doing a herringbone pattern, both sides are the same. So it's not like you have to measure something funky or special. You just have to do it a lot of times. I have the pattern, now I just have to fit it to size. Usually when you do a project with a pattern like this, you glue it all down first on like another piece of board, and then you just trim it with some kind of a power tool. But I'm avoiding power tools, so I'm going to do this more like a puzzle. First, I'm going to make a template with this hot pink paper. And I measure the inside of the tray, and it's just under 4.5 inches. I could try cutting this freehand, but for accuracy, I'm gonna use my paper cutter. The width is right, so now I just need to get the length. I'm just applying some tape and putting in the other piece. Okay, so now I have a template. Now the last measurement I need is the center of the tray. And I'm just gonna draw a line. So now I'm just going to line up my herringbone sticks right along this middle line. And I know some of them aren't perfectly straight, so I do have some sandpaper here just to kind of gently smooth out my crooked cutting. And I'm going to secure it all with tape. All my taping may have been overkill, but I'm just not great at precision, so I gotta help myself as much as I can. Okay, so I'm gonna slide out my template and line it up right on top. And now I just have to draw a line on each side, and that's going to be my cut line. And more cutting wood with scissors. Now this is the easy part, just going straight. It's these little nooks and crannies that I'm gonna have to fill in later. That's gonna be the tough part. I have the basic pattern set, but now I just have to cut out these little pieces that kind of aren't so easy. So I'm going back to my template. I'm gonna take 2 pieces and line them up as if they're in the tray. And then I'm going to take extra pieces, line them up like they're supposed to be in the tray, and then just mark off where I need to cut. I'm a little worried about cutting something this small with scissors, so I'm going to try using a blade. Works like a dream. I am ready to start gluing. I have to admit, doing those extra little end pieces was much easier than I expected. The template, at first it may have seemed a little bit overkill having a template, but it really did help. So I first have to clean up the disaster that is my workspace, and then glue time. Ooh, it's nice seeing this come together. So starting with the idly fiddly bits at the bottom is not the easiest. So I'm gonna start with the big pieces like I originally did and just glue them all in. Okay, this is actually going pretty good now, but I want it to set before I move on. Because I'm using like thin popsicle sticks, they're not totally level and true and flat, so they do kind of warp a little, so I'm gonna put some more weight on this, and I'm just gonna let it set for a bit. Maybe I'll go grab some lunch, and then I'll come back and continue. The board is looking so good. But there's one more thing I want to add that I have to glue on, and it's some feet. Now these are screw hole buttons that I picked up at Home Depot. So they're just like little wood caps that you would put on like to hide like where you put screws and stuff. But I think these will make really cute little tiny feet right on the corners. So let's glue that. The glue has dried enough that I can move on to staining, and for that I'm going to be using classic gray. Actually, I bought this stain for an upcoming video where I'm refinishing a complete bedroom set and giving a guest bedroom a cozy makeover. So if you don't want to miss that, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell. But before I move on with the staining, I want to add one more of these little feet, these wooden feet, to the center, like the middle right here of the tray, just for some extra support. All right, time for some classic gray. The stain has completely dried, and I'm loving these color variations, But now I'm ready to move on to sealing this. I'm using some a Varathane product here that I just happen to have on hand, and it's water-based and it's non-yellowing. And I think I'm gonna give it a few good coats. This has had one coat of the sealer, and the grain has raised a little, so I'm going to sand it in between, wipe it down and do another coat, and maybe do that a couple more times. And that's all it takes to make a herringbone tray. I really wanted to come up with a project that didn't require a workshop. Not everyone has a space dedicated for their tools. I remember when we first got married, we're living in our condo and all we had was a little red toolbox. I didn't have a dedicated workspace and I don't even know if we had any power tools at all. Also, I remember being a teen and wanting to make cool gifts for people. This is the type of project that I would have needed to know about then. I am giving this as a gift, but I still want to show what it'll look like styled for the holidays. Thank you for watching this video, and for more Christmas ideas, remember to check back next Friday. Bye! I'm sitting on a bench and I have to it has wheels, but it's on carpet. Really shows how long my hair is. It's like swinging around. Okay. Do we look okay? All right.